These restless eyes of mine will sit in to my heart and sugar. Tend to think in 1,000 thoughts, I'll pop through north to the
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the defending Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. These guys have won 2 straight since dropping the opener a few weeks back. On the other side, Chiefs head coach Andy Reid. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one. A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. And takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So here are the Chiefs now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the former Mississippi State product, the mobile quarterback, Dak Prescott.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, and we'll see if he can keep a string of good games going right here.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Prescott. Over the middle and complete to Shaheed. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. The ball comes out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Throwing, Prescott. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's Prescott. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. Prescott yet again. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Chris Jones. That is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Prescott now. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Credit that sack to Travis Jones.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his 2nd year in the NFL now.
And a year ago when he was drafted, it felt like Central casting Bo Nix coming to the NFL ready to roll, where he surpassed all expectations a season ago and threw for nearly 30 touchdown passes as a rookie. Fell just short with 29, but a huge piece of his team's future.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 24 carries, 122 yardage-wise, and a score as well.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff, because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Back deep, Rashid Shaheed. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The numbers for Walker last week: 18 carries, 93 yards, and a score.
They're coming off of back-to-back wins, and I think a lot of credit belongs to this guy right here because, to me, he's not only carried his weight, he's carried a few other guys along as well. He's helped draw defensive attention away from not just him, but open things up for his teammates, too. So if this winning streak is going to continue to have some legs to it, he has to remain effective and put together another nice game.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
A run once more with Hampton. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Working out of the gun is Nix. That's downfield. He's got Phantom. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
That's another Baltimore.
Up the middle, it's Hampton. And here he'll get it down to the 7. From the 7, it's 2nd and 5. To throw is Nix. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Here's Nix. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there, and now it's 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good, and the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
KC's offense ready to take over. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
That's good for a Kansas City.
Now Prescott gets this one to Hill. This is 2nd and 8.
Complete to Tyreek Hill.
Prescott. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Walker now in 1st and 10. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
Brings up 2nd and 9. At the Ravens' 45-yard line.
Prescott to throw it. It gets this complete to Shaheed. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Here, look at this Baltimore defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently 2nd best in the NFL.
And this unit knows exactly where they rank. They're number 2 against the pass in the NFL. You know they have their sights set on being number 1, looking for a big game today.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet, they're going to go for it on 4th. Looking to throw. Prescott. Shoots up, and he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. This defense for the Chiefs, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. How to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Nix. He hits Dobbs on the crosser. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll work inside here, Hampton. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. A tight formation here. It's 3rd and a yard.
Brings up 3rd down.
On the sneak, it's Nix. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Only a yard on the sneak, not enough. And he's a few inches short for 4th down.
For the field goal. A 43-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call there, opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
And it's a pretty good return here as they'll get this up to the 29. And now here comes Kansas City. And they're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they wanted to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 2 yards, good enough for a first. The Chiefs had 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they took the tough loss in the opener, CD, but since then, they've rebounded to win 2 straight.
And that's exactly what you want to see from your team early on, how they can bounce back from adversity. The Week 1 loss, that absolutely stung. But how about how hard they've worked in a couple of weeks since? And now they're moving back in the right direction.
To throw is Prescott. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. The Chiefs on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure. And it's a loss of 6. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Horton. Caught out a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, trying to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Give here to Hampton. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Off the play fake. Nix. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. To throw, here's Nix. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Chiefs are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Working the middle of the field, he's got a man complete. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Straight ahead, Walker. And there to make the tackle, Khalil Mack. So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2.
Play action now, Prescott. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll try for the first with Walker. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends are like in a sprinter stance. They just have it straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
So they get the conversion on fourth, and now from the 25, they operate with a 1st and 10.
The 25-yard line.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
It's a pickup of 6.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. He'll try and do this himself. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
They'll run for it. It's Walker. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down.
10 at the 14-yard line.
Prescott from the gun. They shakes it off. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. Here comes 3rd down and 7.
It's a gain of 6.
Now Prescott.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from taking the lead. On this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs for different routes and be precise in your cuts.
The extra point by Sly is up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Ravens ready to take over. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Throwing Nix. Oh, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Kenneth Walker headed back out there. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
2nd down and 6 now from the 26. Out of the gun, Walker with it. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. That is caught, and he will have a Chiefs 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
And the Kansas City Chiefs are First down.
Here's Prescott. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
It's second down and 10.
Here's Prescott. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Chris Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Chris Jones drops him again for the second straight play, and it brings up 4th down. So a tight one so far, 1-point game at the break as we check in with Scott Hanson at our halftime report. Scott.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hanson, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thank you. And this one's still anybody's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half as we are about to get underway. And just shutting him off there. And able to get this out to the 25. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Only a couple there, so he'll be brought down about the 28.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Now it's Nix.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Horton. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot.
Here's Stout to punt as he boots this one away.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
10 more yards.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Prescott down. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Intended for Tyreek Hill. Incomplete.
Throwing. Prescott. That escapes the sack.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
They'll look to throw. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Michael Williams
In there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste a starting performance from these ace pass rushers.
A 40-yard punt, given 3 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And the Chiefs showing a dime look as they defend this 3rd down. Nix from the shotgun. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On play action, here's Nix. He's got a man. Downfield is Horton. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That's another Baltimore 1st down. It's a gain of 23 yards. And the Ravens 1st down.
A couple of 1st downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Nix to the air. They'll check this one down to Hampton. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to the air with Nix. They'll set up the screen to Hampton. He's got room at the 30. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's another Baltimore 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Hampton. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Again, it's Hampton. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. On the sneak, it's Nix. And he will have a Ravens 1st down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
And the Baltimore 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
On the handoff, it's Hampton. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
To throw is Nix. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Here's Nix. Now he'll tuck this and run. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
They will run for it with Hampton. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Omarion Hampton with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. So they only needed a couple of feet there on 4th down, but they got more than that and then some as he takes this into the end zone.
And I love your description right there, right? 4th and short. They got that. No problem. Let's go and get the rest of it. Finish it off in the end zone. Touchdown. Everyone goes away happy on that one.
Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the two-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the two-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked. And the Chiefs offense ready to go again. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. Prescott. He'll find Shaheed out to the right. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down.
That's good for the Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
From the gun, it's Walker. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 11 yards there, just like last play.
Another Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Prescott now from the 50. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive. At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Prescott to throw it. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Khalil Mack able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
Yeah, there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a 1-possession game. This one not fully over yet. On the sneak, it's Nix. And he will have a Ravens first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
That's good for a Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll run with Hampton. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Brought down that time by Nolan Smith. 2nd and 9. To throw, here's Nix. Pass caught, right side, Fannin. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30.
And the Baltimore first down.
Off the play fake, Nix. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
And the Chiefs now getting set to go. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth quarter deficit. Now, this series could very well determine our outcome. Hand off here to Walker. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Second down, 8 to go from the 28.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8.
Now Prescott. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
And 8 yards to go.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He's got his target. That's complete. And he takes us into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Jamar Chase, 27 yards. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. Looking to put a drive together. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking deep here for Dobbs. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 43 yards.
That's good for a Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Talk about a momentum shifter right there. Tie game, fourth quarter. These are the plays that win you games. And now defensively, the question becomes, how do you respond?
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the Chiefs' 32-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Nix. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Chiefs are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Major used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Over the middle, complete. It's Walker. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
15 yards on the play. And the Kansas City Chiefs.
On the give, it's Walker. And now he got away from that first tackler. No idea, but he did, and it winds up with positive yardage.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line.
To throw is Prescott. He gets this complete to Shaheed. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 38-yard line.
16 yards.
A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a first and 10 at the 38. They'll give it up to the big man, Walker. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. From here, it would be a 45-yard field goal attempt, certainly in range, but they'll look for more yardage on 3rd down. And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. 2 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Kansas City first down.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
I think that run gives us evidence that the defense is getting a little bit tired out there. They've been out in the field for a long time, and that last run, they just cut right through them.
Now Prescott. Throw out wide to Walker. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
First down.
Here's Prescott. Well, stays up. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Now a draw play. It's Walker. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and goal.
Prescott on 3rd and goal. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. All tied up. Less than 2 minutes to go. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And they're looking at 4th down now in this tie ball game. Sly able to put this one through. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
So the Ravens now down by a field goal. A little under a minute 50 remaining. Now they need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. The drive begins with a carry by Hampton. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down 31. 2nd and 6 coming up. A run once more with Hampton. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. The Arrowhead crowd in full roar. Here's 3rd down. Back to throw. To Dobbs, and he hauls it in. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. He's back to throw. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
7 yards.
Back to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well and end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
Slide for the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
A gain of 10 yards. That's good for a Baltimore.
And the spike comes now with just under 40 ticks left.
A little less than 40 seconds remaining. Here comes 2nd and 10. Now it's Nix. That's complete to his running back, Hampton.
Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
Nix looking to throw again. That's complete to Dobbs.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Nix to the air.
And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues.
Work to do here with a crowd at fever pitch. 3rd and 9. Throwing Nix. He'll try and do this himself. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down.
At the 40-yard line. A gain of 7. It's 4th down.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. One last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And it took a big 4th quarter to do it, but bottom line, they got the job done.
Yeah, it is the bottom line, isn't it? A few anxious moments along the way, though. A few sweaty palms, not just for the team, but for their fans. As you mentioned, down going into the 4th quarter. How about the rally? How about the comeback? Getting it done on both sides of the ball, holding them when they needed to, and finding ways to get points when they had the football.
So for